And probably how many jobs about that?
What kind of car do you do have?
He had a car.
Yeah.
I never had a car. Then I rode the car like that down here.
He was 24, his first car. Anyway, after we got married, he and my brothers decided to come down to Los Angeles and go to a school where they learned how to make airplanes.
Two brothers. Don and Kay.
Oh, yeah, there were two of them. So, Kenny was married too. So his wife stayed up there and worked, and I worked. So I felt work till you tell me to come down. So he called and said, come down now. I said, you got a job? He said, yes. I came down, but he didn't have a job yet. But he got one the very next week at Douglas.
So how'd you get down there if you didn't have a car?
Don had a car.
Oh.
Kenny had a car.
Kay was just younger than her. He joined the Air Force. He ended up flying the Hump. His plane went down. Never did he find any part of it. That's what happened to him.
How old was he when that happened?
Kenny?
About a year and a half younger than you, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. I was 22. So he was about 19.
And her youngest brother had bought in McMinnville still. Joined the service. And he came back on his first leave. And he and his friend went out hunting. And somehow his friend is getting out of the car, I guess, or something like that, as I remember. He had his gun and it went off. Killed him. Killed him, brother.
He said Jerry did it himself, but everybody in town said they heard different.
And her dad was driving a logging truck coming down out of the mountains. Something happened there. And he went off the road. The lumber come shifting forward. He went, stopped. He was in the hospital up there for quite a while before he died.
3 months.
And he died.
They didn't know he died. They found out his liver was crushed.
So her dad and 2 brothers just bang, bang, bang. And then their oldest brother died. He was in the service. I've been to where he was. Some foreign place.
One of the islands close to Australia.
And he got out of the service. He had a bad heart. That is what got it. And he died. And he's in the grave up there. But not too far from where we live.
In Oregon?
No, down here in L.A.
Oh, okay. No, I met him, right?
Yeah.
He been down.
Yeah.
He did?
And
I remember that.
he's bound to have.
So that family sure got wiped out. That was terrible.
Did you like that cheese at all, or is that too?
Oh, you bet.
Yep, good.
I liked all that stuff.
This is the extra sharp cheddar.
Had one of these.
So I thought I'd go the way of my sister and brother. They just had a heart attack and died. I thought I'd go the same way, but yeah, I'm not good that easy.
Probably.
That was it. Yeah,
Well, his sister stayed in Oregon. Buried this guy. She went. Where did they go? Reno, was it? Or
yeah. They went down to Reno on a bus trip. And she said to Mella, I don't feel very good. I'm going to go to bed. But pretty soon he came up. She was really struggling. But she didn't even make it to the hospital. Died again.
so she's buried in McMinnville.
Yeah.
Her dad then was shipped back to South Dakota. And then her mother died here in
Not here. Southern California.
and then he was shipped back to South Dakota. Be buried.
So did Jerry. Jerry, too.
Your mom was buried back in South Dakota?
Buried.
What about your dad? Oh, you was too.
Oh, like both her mother and father and her brother.
When we were Roger and Diana, we were talking about visiting your dad in a nursing home. Leanna said, I didn't want to go. He wasn't a nice man.
The kids, the little kids would just stare at him. They didn't want no part of him. He just had one eye, and the dark glass over there. They thought he was spooky.
I think I did some magic tricks, so I think Michael liked that part. The rest part was scary. That nursing home was scary. Walking down the hall, and here comes this crazy lady, runs by and takes Leanna's purse off her.
His dad said the nursing home wouldn't have been so bad if there were so many, what did he call them? He had a funny name because the people that's were low.
What they were doing to each other. We lived about 40 miles from Yankton, where the state asylum was. And they'd get overfilled with people in there, and they'd branch them out to some of these scattered around homes. And boy, this one old boy, he tackled my dad, I guess, in there. Gonna kill him. Oh, that was something.
Well, the guy that was in the room there with your dad, yeah, your dad was the guy wouldn't talk. And he says, I know he could talk. He just won't talk.
They're half at a state, said.
Yeah. That's what he's saying.
But the other guy, oh, you're dead.
They're half a state, or half at a state. He did have his mind right up to the end.
Well, my dad had a temper. Hoo-wee. He scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. I never knew when he was younger clobber me.
Did you ever get along with him good?
Not particularly. We went back when we had kids. Then they did. He wanted to take it to all the beer parlors.
After I moved out of the country, after I walked away from home, I didn't want no part of him. I'd meet him on the street, there'd be no conversation.
But Leanna talked about you taking trips to Wisconsin when he lived there.
That was after, yeah. Yeah, it was okay then. It was okay then.
Leanna and I still didn't like it, though, or didn't care for him that much.
No, I'm sure she didn't. I'm sure she didn't.
That was when he was the best.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
Well, I remember we went through Wisconsin, going back to Colorado or something, and someplace he worked had built stuff.
Oh, yeah.
A tourist attraction type place.
Little Norway.
Yeah.
There was.
Little Norway.
And he sat in real good there with that job. He had it tough. Sure he had it tough. Yeah, I never wanted to be around him. If he'd come around, I'd sneak off. Never would have a conversation with him. I'd get all right and whack me.
His mother was real nice.
Yeah, she let him get by with that stuff. I never knew.
Why?
So I've always wondered if she was afraid of him.
I think she must have been, because she didn't want to let her appear when he was mad.
How old was she when she died then?
75. She had a stroke.
So, I mean, she wasn't alive when we went to visit him.
No. No.
No.
She died while they were up in Wisconsin. And Iola moved her back to South Dakota where she could keep an eye on.
Back to South Dakota in the home.
She flew her back.
Yeah. Say.
So he was in there just more as a place to live then, because he could take care of himself, right? He just...
Right. He'd walk uptown every day. Buy overripe bananas.
Why? Is that what he just liked them? Or he's cheap?
They didn't really have a flavor till they were overripe. I think cheap might have had something to do with it. You know, it wasn't just bananas. You had to stop the beer parlors on the way.
He loved his shot of booze.
Did he have a drinking problem or just did a lot of...
I don't think so, really. The other kids all thought he did. Howard didn't give a hoot. I didn't give a hoot, but the girls, if they find his liquor, they'd get rid of it. He'd hide the liquor. There's a little house they had there in the Scotland before you're in their home. But I'd hear him say, that first shot of whiskey in the morning, the first thing in the morning, boy, he says that's the best. He was a very funny guy. And he had two brothers that were completely opposite.
They were just nice as they could be.
Yeah.
Very kind people.
Yeah, they were different.
Did they stay in South Dakota? The brothers?
No, one ended up in
One ended up in 1600
Boulder, Colorado.
in Denver.
1600.
1600 pen in Denver.
But then when they went to a home, it was in Boulder, Colorado.
Looking for it?
Yeah. I think they moved Boulder. Boulder.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah. They moved from Denver out to Boulder.
We visited him in Denver.
Remember, they bought an apartment in a rest home there
In Boulder.
in Boulder, and we went to see them while we went.
I thought that was Denver.
We saw them, and they had their home in Denver.
Well, I'm reading it.
I think I don't remember they were in Boulder.
And Uncle Bob, you say there he had the mail route, which was fortunate at that time. Had that for years. And I stayed at his place that one year going to school. He was a very good guy.
Oh, yeah.
That was even a good job back then, right?
Yeah, he had a very job that guy. He started out when he first got his job there, he was driving a Model T Roadster coupe or something. The whole nail lit out in the catcher. Our mailboxes. And he kept Jay's car. He was well thought of.
And
He was a good guy.
he and Harp are both.
Oh, yeah.
So did your mother work then after your dad died, or?
Yeah. She worked in the restaurant. But the same fellow that I worked in the restaurant for.
So how'd she get to be a minister?
When she went to Long Beach, that was when, I guess, when Jerry died. Yeah, when Jerry died, she was so depressed that she went walking down the street, went in one of these churches that they're religious, and she liked it the most. Stayed there.
Yeah, what religion was that?
Some kind of a spiritualist.
Yeah, spiritual.
And it's good for her.
Yeah, but I thought she lived her life the last few years.
Well, now, she became a minister though, right? I mean, she's not just.
Yeah.
So was that a paying job?
No. Oh. Yes. She'd have meetings at night, and just a collection that they took up at all. But she never very much. I don't know if she had much.
So is that how she made her living then?
No. She had, I guess she had 2 pensions from the government. One was Jerry and one was Kenny. And I don't remember, she didn't get very much, but she had it.
She also took care of people. Done some of that.
Yeah, she did when she first went to Blondie. She cooked for some.
Then her sister, her aunt, of course, she came out here at the same area. And they were pretty close. She lived about the same way. And she married this other guy. He used to do art, gold mining. I don't think he had a burrow, but he was one of those kind of guys, the little guy.
What was her name?
No, dude.
Oh, okay. I remember her.
Mildred Birch, the little Birch. I gave him a job at Northrup. Going on night shifts. He was a nice little guy, but
He had a hearing, no, a mental problem. He couldn't remember our name. He knew where to come to see her.
you see,
But he couldn't remember our name.
Really?
I didn't act the door.
Well, now she'd been married before, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That teaching was, her husband died when Wayne was 8 years old. He drove a truck and he got pneumonia, passed away when he was about 35. And then she had to go to work.
Support kids and so on that. The boy, I tell you, it was a tough good time. I don't know how people live through that, really.
I don't either. Then,
In that country, it was terrible.
and she did meet this old guy from South Dakota.
Oh, this was in South Dakota yet, huh?
No,
No,
no.
this is Long.
Stewart.
She was in Long Beach. Yeah, Karen Stewart.
She lived here out there.
And he was a farmer from Gettysburg, South Dakota.
He was out here.
But he was pretty well to do. So she married him. They used to go out to dinner every day and everything. He took her on a trip to Hawaii. She thought, boy, this guy's really generous. As soon as she married him, he said, now you could use your money for the groceries. Well, that didn't last very long after that.
Man, he tightened up quick.
Really tied up. What, she married him? And she said then after she divorced him, well, then they met and had dinners and stuff again. It was okay, but not like she was married to it. Then she met Bert, married Bert.
Now, who were her children?
He only had that one boy, Wayne.
He was the Sears guy.
Yeah, right.
He's still.
He said,
Wasn't Leanna's favorite person, Wayne?
She didn't like it.
He was the one that all lived in Paris, would take her out to dinner when she went to Chicago, and he'd always send back the wine and.
Oh, I think he was a little impressed with the money he was making.
He was a big deal, and he wanted to make sure everybody knew it, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
They belonged to that country club in, what was that?
Yeah, he was a show off.
Halfway from San Diego to.
Torrey Pines, probably.
It was a very nice club. We used to go down here.
Believe in it. He had been, when he was in service, he done submarine service. Now he does. That's another one of those things where things kind of part and everybody just fears. He moved up above.
He's in New Mexico.
In New Mexico, yeah. And above Albuquerque up in, what's that quaint town up there above Albuquerque?
Albuquerque, yeah.
What? Yeah, but that
He
Taos.
he's about 20 miles out of Albuquerque at another Gulf Coast. And they needed him to be close to somebody. And his son's a lawyer in Albuquerque. So they chose to be close to him.
We're not sure what happened there.
And he still lives there?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yet at Christmas time.
we couldn't get a connection with him. We had his email and we had gotten some, but nothing. We tried to find out. Some answer came back that he was doing all right and so on, but they stopped. There seemed like the kids were sending us email, but we never could find out what was going on with him.
It's still in his name.
Well,
And at least his wife doesn't tell us anything different.
yeah, we don't know what's going on. Christmas, when they're dead or not, we don't.
He said, we're doing fine. She still plays golf, but he doesn't. But she said he does mostly plays poker with the guys and stuff.
I frankly think he died.
I don't think so.
Oh, sure.
No.
He never was in too good a shape.
No, but she would have let it.
For the Harry.
He seemed to be a pretty good-sized guy to be in the submarine service. And
He wasn't then. He was thin. He wasn't a big guy then. He was really kind of a thin sailor. He put his weight on after that. After he got into Sears. All the whining and dining that they...
He lived an awful lot with his grandmother, which is her grandmother on her mother's side. Man. She took care of the kid while he was growing up. An awful lot.
Yeah.
Why is that? I mean, because Mildred wasn't around, or
she was working. She had bored, and when he was 16, she put him in the Navy, and Converations on his own.
he didn't seem to hold a grudge. I mean,
No, not at all.
he took care of Mildred later, right?
Oh yeah, probably. He offered her all the money she wanted. She should know I got something to give back to you. I want you to hold it for me.
How do you and your sister get schools close together?
I don't know how we were lucky to do that because we only had one car. I drop her off and I go on to mine.
Oh, it was cold to walk into that schoolhouse right in the morning to the fire going. I relied on it.
Did her pole ever end up working better than your coal?
Oh yeah. Hers would start. It would start right off mine. Mine.
So why would two townships 2.5 miles from each other buy different coal?
I don't know. But they sure did.
I thought you were going to tell me that she took your pole and it started right up.
No.
So how did you start the coal fire?
I don't even remember now.
Didn't turn just on the gas log, did you? And
See, they're going to say, most all of those schools are gone now.
Send everybody to town school now.
She had some crazy pupils. Wilbur was it?
Wilbur and Roy, they were both
Lower. And he went out out to the toilet. For a long time before they come back in. Hey, Wilbur, what were you doing all that time? I was shitting all the time. Oh, dare you.
My mother, you know, she went to County Normal and then taught in one room schoolhouse at Stone Ledge Lake. And she said every year the township supervisor, everything was financed by the townships back then, you know, school, would have a vote whether they would continue to pay for the women to go to high school, you know, because that school district had to pay where they went to high school.
Oh,
That, you know, whether you're going to waste that money on those women.
And you change the law.
Kept hearing a beep. I never heard once or my phone ring until
well, the reason I'm
Great that I can enjoy them little treats that you gals never want to eat.
I'm surprised you didn't buy a Limburger. Couldn't find it.
Didn't have any.
I got Walmart Lee.
Oh.
Well, Safeway.
When you got to Southern California, you got a job after you lied to her about already having a job, right? But then you went to some kind of school down there? Was that a Hughes school or?
That's what got me down there. There's an old boy. We go around. They actually out front where we live. On the street, he's going around looking for guys.
Yes, you shouldn't have me.
To go to that school down there. But get me into an almost guaranteed job. But I mean, oh, it's that, Mom. And
Oh, and another one. You get what you like. You were
so we signed up with him. Down we come.
Bad no.
Started the school there.
An apple cider.
Oh, you did that in Oregon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right it up in Oregon and then down. So we just almost had a job before we got to. They were hiring people from all over. There's a lot of people, Oklahoma, Texas, so on, that cannot get in there. Yeah, aircraft is job shop, tab machine all over. The street wide open.
So where was the school located?
Right now it's in Los Angeles. Actually, well, kind of the south side. Probably a mile or two.
The main Hawthorne or something, or trailers?
In LA. LA city limits. Now our office. Like Figueroa, Grand.
Oh,
Down in that area. Right across the street from us. Where we stayed was the what they call us, where they had the wrestling and boxing and stuff. Forget the name of that place. So
how'd you get involved in playing ball down there?
that was before I had come. That was my second trip down. Yeah, that didn't work out.
You went to school on your second trip down? You already been down there?
I'd already been down there. And then we were in the training camp for LA Eagles for Separate Coast League.
Empty before yesterday.
And it had the rage at me. I was all messed up. My arm was shot.
How'd your arm get shot?
When I went down there, I'd had the flu for about a week and completely out of shape. So it didn't take long, and pressing things a little bit. The old roller cuff there, I just couldn't do it.
So that's hereditary. That's what Leanna has. A sore shoulder.
Man, I hated that. You're doing that. Mom, is you? What's we got some special stuff here for you.
I don't think that's for me. I don't think so.
You're welcome.
I don't think I want it. If I don't know what it is, I'm not going to eat it.
Well, you don't know. How did you ever find out then?
He doesn't look good to me.
I bought it specially for you.
He was telling me that he was going to get you some.
What's that?
That's very bad. That's bad manners.
What is it?
Why don't you just taste it and see?
No.
I ain't gonna tell you what it is then.
Okay. I will.
You will?
Pickled pig feet.
Now do you want to try it?
No.
Well, don't be polite. You know, we have more, so it's not like that's the last piece.
So go ahead. Go ahead. I don't think she's doing
All those countries in Europe that are in trouble expect Germany to bail them out by Sunday. Germany says, no way will it do that. They will not do it.
Well, they've been buying a lot of the bonds.
And you already said Europe's really going to be in trouble if they don't.
Well,
they're gonna be in trouble anyway.
If you break one of those in two,
they're kind of crumbly.
You cracker with it.
So when you followed him to Southern California,
can you buy?
when you followed him down to Southern California,
No.
He said, when?
I haven't done my hearing them again. Took them out to Waikiki and put them back.
did she have a job down there?
Not there right away. Let's see. Well, you didn't go to work at all, did you?
When they got hear anything about it, though.
I think when we moved to Santa Monica, remember how that started? We had fun.
Now, what would you say?
I said, when you moved to Southern California, followed him down there, did you have a job?
No. I did up there when I worked in Montgomery Ward, but I quit when I left there.
I thought you did after we moved to Santa Monica. Was you doing something then?
No. I did while we lived in L.A. For a little while. I went to Bullock's.
Yeah, okay.
We didn't live in L.A. very long until we moved to San Diego.
No, that's true.
How come you moved to Santa Monica?
It's close to Douglas where he went to work.
Of course, it was very close to Douglas. Douglas was in Santa Monica at the airport there.
Well, that's too far.
I didn't know you worked at Douglas.
That's where he started.
Who did the training? That was Northrup that put you to school.
I was in a little school that's for that purpose. Didn't belong to Northrup. Independent. Yeah, I started there and I worked there, I guess, about 10 months.
What year would this have been?
40?
Well, actually, I had 41 out. And 40, I think I went to work in Douglas.
When was Diana born? What year?
42.
42. I worked. What one?
I knew he cooked like a hard money curry.
Yeah, then I got rid of Hardman.
Hardman?
It was the job shop. Hardman Aircraft, they call it, a small place.
Would they build in parts or assemblies or?
Yeah, just parts and some tools. We built some tools.
That's right in that curry. Learn in Hazel.
And they were paying that money there. Put in my application to Douglas. Worked there for 10 months, I guess. And I worked at Douglas first, I believe. Then I went to Hardman.
Yeah. And then Northrup.
Oh, enough money.
Now, was Northrup, when you went to work for them, was that the plant in Hawthorne?
Yeah. I went to work at when I went to work at a job shop. What was that?
He meant to work that morning. I had a cancer. Jogman, turn your knee loose of the car. I want you to find a place to rent before I get off work tonight. So I just kept driving until I drove into Compton. That time you live in Compton?
But I didn't want to. I didn't want to be an airplane parts maker. I chose to get into making tools there. A little bit of experience that I had making tools, I didn't know nothing about that. I learned a little bit of it. And had them establish me as a tool maker.
You know, the tool is?
And
Well, I him.
then I went to Northrup as a jig runner. And I was working on making assembly jigs, sub-assembly jigs, that type stuff. To assemble different parts, cowlings and what have you. And what was the deal there? For some reason, I don't know, I guess they had a need for people in the parts assembly making of the airplane. Well, that didn't appeal to me. But they had a need for them, so they're going to transfer some tooling boys over there, and they come around to me and told me I was being transferred, and I said, no, write me up, I'm leaving, and I ain't going to get into that. And it stuck, so I stayed there. But when I went to work in the tooling end of it at Northrup, then like I said, there's a lot of Okies, Arkies, and Texans come in there right off the farm. that I got, but take this as an opportunity. So I worked my butt off to keep ahead of big guys to the point where they were leaning on me to tell them what to do. And pretty quick, I had a lead job and assistant foreman and so on. Those guys didn't have any aspirations that way. They figured when things were over with, they'd go back to Arkansas.
What is a tool?
Oh, there's so many kinds of tools. As an example, bike and pierce dye. They put on usually a male and a female, of course. They sheet metal on their bag for viking, and there's all kinds of forming to the big drop.
And not hammers, they're things that go into machinery generally.
And then the parts had to be formed, so take all kinds of form blocks, stretch press dies. Part of our deal was a foundry where we pour Kirksite dies. Those things would be maybe 10 tons of weight. A Kirksite base with a lead top would be put in a press, a dop hammer. And when that big old lead hump came down, whop, when that had formed the part. The Kirksite die was the strongest and hardest stuff, and lead was softer. So that worked out. And then more they're sculpturing most of that stuff. Under the forming of the skin. So amazing what they changed. And then a lot of your other like stuff assemblies, all that stuff would come together. It had to be all coordinated so it would fit. So there's lots of master tools made. But that developed into, as we went along, that process all developed into precision stuff. We had some big old presses there. They're all used with tapes. And they were so accurate, we had to build temperature controlled rooms. But those, your metal wouldn't change on that thing. And you make those little parts.
So how'd you come to put that reference book together?
Well, where did you see that? In the garage?
No, you gave me one.
Oh, I did, yeah. Well, I had over 7 departments, I think, at that one time.
How many?
I think it was 7. And one of them was the plaster shop and foundry where we make the mock-up and so on. And there's a lot of different color schemes. Whatever, all this stuff just floating around free. There's all types of dyes. So it's kind of loose. So I just concluded that we need a rat. So I spent quite a bit of time on that, and I had another division outside of tooling, use the printing and all that stuff, put it together for me.
Well, the number drills, it gives the size of them and,
Yeah, everything. You need any drills? Or anything in that thing along that line that, no, it's just a bit that you and I.
I have to sit in the corner. What are them? Looks nice. I thought it looked nice there. But
I hadn't combed my hair. I did walking all sweaty. I got cleaning motor, dripping wet.
I thought you were on your way to the Horseshoe Bar.
Yeah, probably. How many jobs about that?
What kind of car do you do that?
A car.
Yeah,
I never had a car. I rode the car like that down here.
he was 24, you know, his first job. Anyway, after we got married, he and my brothers decided to come down to Los Angeles and go to a school where they learn how to make airplanes.
Two brothers. Two brothers. Don and Kay.
Oh yeah, they were doing. So Kenny was married too. So his wife stayed up there and worked, and I worked. So I felt work till you tell me to come down. So he called and said, come down now. I said, you got a job? He said, yes. I came down, but he didn't have a job yet. But he got one the very next week at Douglas.
So how'd you get down there if you didn't have a car?
Don had a car.
Oh,
Kenny had a car.
Kay was just younger than her. He joined the Air Force. He ended up flying the Hump. His plane went down. Never did he find any part of it. That's what happened to him.
how old was he when that happened?
Kenny?
About a year and a half younger than you, wasn't it?